Welcome to another episode of Tennessee Senior Talk, presented by West Tennessee Legal Services. Today we will be discussing powers of attorney and advanced directives. My name is Elizabeth Duke, and joining us today is the Outreach Coordinator for West Tennessee Legal Services, Mr. Ronnie Dukes, as well as two of our staff attorneys, Attorney Andy Cole and Attorney Jason Jackson. Before we get started, Andy, could you please share a little bit about our grant funding and what services we provide as an organization?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work in the Tennessee Senior Law Alliance, which is a grant that's covered all across the state. But here at West Tennessee Legal Services, we serve 17 counties in West Tennessee. We provide legal help for people who are 60 and older and can't afford to hire a private attorney. We cover a wide variety of issues, such as powers of attorneys and advanced directives and wills. We also cover grandparent custody issues, construction contract issues, as well as a wide variety of other issues that relate to people who are 60 and older.
Would you mind sharing what is a financial power of attorney?
Yeah, absolutely. So a durable financial power of attorney is a document that we can create for our clients that allow them to share financial decision-making abilities with somebody that they trust.
And I have a question for you. Since the financial power of attorney is someone we trust, can we use that document to go to the bank for us?
So absolutely, it depends upon a few different situations. So there's two different types of powers of attorneys that we can draft. One is a springing power of attorney, while the other is a non-springing power of attorney. If we draft a springing power of attorney for you, that only goes into effect when you're no longer able to make decisions for yourself. Where if we draft a non-springing power of attorney, it goes into effect as soon as you sign it. So if you need somebody to go to the bank for you just because you're not able to get out of the house, but you still can make those decisions, a springing power of attorney would not work in that situation, but a non-springing power of attorney would. For example, if you have broken your leg and might not be able to leave your house, or you're in the middle of a pandemic and might not want to get out like we are now, a non-springing power of attorney would allow your attorney, in fact, who's the agent that you appoint, to go to the bank and make those financial decisions for you.
And Jason, would you mind sharing what is an advanced directive?
Yeah, so advanced directives set out your wishes surrounding all of your future medical care. They start off by appointing a agent for healthcare. It's also known as a healthcare power of attorney, or a power of attorney for healthcare. Like with the power of attorney, it needs to be someone that you can trust to enact your wishes and that will not abuse that authority. Some of the other areas covered in advanced directives are the wishes for quality of life, as well as treatment, medical treatment. The end of life decisions tend to be the most difficult. Nobody wants to think about what they would do in that situation, but it really can save your loved ones from having to make a seemingly impossible decision later on.
Well, Jason, I have two questions for you. One is, when I actually sign the documents, do I have to make all my decisions right then, or can it be made by my healthcare agent? And the second one, if I do this document, can I change my mind later? Say I'm in an accident in an ambulance and want to change it. How would that work?
Okay, so to start with, you don't have to make all the decisions up front. You can allow your healthcare agent to make some of those decisions later on. You would really need to trust that person to make these decisions. And once you do these documents, you're not stuck with them forever. You can always revoke them. You can do that in a number of ways I think we'll cover later. But in the situation that you gave, if you're in the ambulance on the way to the hospital and you want to revoke it right then, yes, you can. You just need to be able to provide evidence of that. If you become unconscious or something like that, you would need to be able to provide some documentation. So you would need to write revoked on this document, or rip it up and have someone to be able to tell the doctors that it was no longer in effect.
So one question is, are these documents permanent? And if they are not, how does one go about making them not permanent or revoking them?
So you can do it in a number of ways. You can just take all of the copies of this document, shred them, and get rid of them. You can write revoked in big bold letters on it. If you have an attorney assist you in drafting these documents, you would need to notify them. You need to notify any facility that you provided those documents to, your family, friends, whoever know about them, that you have revoked them. When you draft a new one, it automatically has language in there to revoke a previous one as well. So that's a good way to do it also.
And then why would one need a power of attorney or advance directive, Andy?
Yeah, absolutely. So you want to go ahead and create a power of attorney advance directive because it allows you to go ahead and make your own decisions. If you wait to the point to where you're no longer able to make the decision to create a power of attorney or advance directive, you're faced with most likely the alternative being a conservatorship, which is a court proceeding, and it is not only very costly because of the fees that have to be paid to go along with it, but you're also no longer in control of your own decisions. Once a conservatorship is filed, at that point, it's up to the judge to ultimately make the decision on who is going to be the one making your decisions. So if you go ahead and create a power of attorney or advance directive now, you're actually in control of your life. You're in control of making your own decisions on who will make your decisions later in life.
My question, with the COVID-19, I'm stuck in the house. Can I print these forms off the computer?
Well, you can print these forms off the internet. We do highly encourage everybody to seek legal advice before you make these decisions. These are complex legal documents, so we want to make sure our clients do fully understand what all abilities that they are sharing with somebody else. Additionally, if you are worried about getting out of your house, the governor has currently, in his state of emergency, stated that we can actually do all of these remotely, at least until the end of August. So we can actually set up a call through the internet where, as long as we can see you and witness you being able to sign the documents, we can actually draft these documents and do everything remotely without risking you being exposed to anybody else. So that's temporary right now, but that is something that we're able to do if you are worried about getting out, because we do encourage people to get that legal advice prior to signing these documents.
Well, thank you for sharing your information and your time. If you wanted to follow up with us, you can call West Tennessee Legal Services at 731-423-0616 or 1-800-372-8346. We have information available on our website at WTLS.org. And if you have further questions, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.